G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. I hope you like honeycomb choc biscuits. Series 1, Episode 3. End of the line. Previously, I hear a desperate voice in my thoughts. Remember me. Continues. What did we just step through? How did we just appear in the middle of this room? I see Fenella's thoughts. I am not supposed to know. Why? This room, or cave, is made of dirt. There are 2 men and 1 woman standing next to the doorway across the room from us. They look like they are asleep standing up. Oh, they are in that statue state. This reminds me of the woman on the surface. The surface woman's name is Fionnuala, the same as Fenella's, but the surface woman is known as Lola. The woman standing next to the doorway looks identical to Lola and Fenella, who is still gripping my arm. Maybe they are triplets. I wonder if this doorway woman's name is also Fionnuala. Oh, I can see from her memories that it is. She is called Nuala. Why would triplets all have the same name? It is good that their shortened names are different, or this could be very confusing. Where am I? I am so far from the cavern and the boy. I wish I was there. My thoughts are interrupted by a man entering. Oh, this man's loud thoughts are so... Oh, have I met this man before? He approaches Fenella and says to her,
"Through the looking pain."
He guides the now dazed Fenella, who is still dragging me with her, to what looks like the top half of a huge space helmet. This man roughly pulls my arm out of Fenella's clenched fingers and throws me across the room. Ow. Why hurt me? I land 3 meters from him, grazing my leg and elbow as they scrape across the dirt floor and hit my head. How is this old man so strong? I make sure I show no indication of being in pain and force myself to stand, knowing that is what I am expected to do. What is this man's name? I look into his memories to find out. Oh, his thoughts are awful. His nickname is the Mangala because of what he has done to people. Oh, his memories are vile. He has abused, crippled, disfigured, mutilated, and murdered so many people. I watch this man, the Mangler, roughly shove Fenella onto a chair and put odd-looking binoculars or glasses over her eyes, earphones on her ears, and lowers the space helmet over her head. He flicks a switch and it makes a low sound. He is annoyed that he has to do this himself because the lab assistant is not here. All the other helmets have men sitting under them. Fenella's body slowly shifts until she is sitting up straight with her hands on her knees, which is a similar position to all the men. She also slowly slides her feet out of her shoes and puts her feet on 2 metal plates near the floor to complete the position. Why is Fenella the only woman? in this helmet line. I stand still, silently waiting, knowing that is what the Mangler person expects me to do. He mumbles something to Nuala, who is still leaning against the wall, and she trembles, just like Laura on the surface. Nuala rushes over to me and quickly pulls off all my clothes. I wonder if women that look like this are the only females allowed to interact with me. I shiver with cold as she brings a bucket of water that looks clouded from the cupboard on the other side of the doorway. She begins to roughly wipe my bleeding leg and elbow with a dirty-looking stained cloth from the bucket. It stings. Nuala says,
"This mess has probably stained the clothes."
She grabs my right arm where the bruises are already beginning to show and continues.
"Did you do all this to her? They will not be pleased. They like them pristine."
The Mangler slaps her across the face so violently that she falls on the floor. He kicks her and yells at her, asking her who she thinks they are and if she knows who he is. He ends by screaming at her. How dare she speak to him like that? He is so loud. He continues to kick her until she stops groaning and falls silent. He spits on her face and orders her to deal with it. How is she supposed to deal with anything when she has obviously passed out? Does he know that she cannot hear him? Maybe he does not care. He orders me to go with him. I wish I could stay and make sure this woman, Nuala, is okay. What is happening? I am following him anyway. How are my legs walking without me moving them? Does this happen to people? Not being in control of their own bodies? Is any of this real? My head hurts. My right arm hurts at the top. My left arm hurts at the elbow. My left leg hurts as well. My hip hurts from when I hit the ground. My ear and chin hurt from when Nuala pulled my clothes off. I suppose all this must be real. Or how would I feel all this pain? Walking in the long hallway, I experience déjà vu. There are many doorways on either side of the hall, mostly leading to laboratories. I deliberately make myself not look inside. However, I know what is happening in many of them because the people's thoughts are so loud. I would prefer to run the other way, but where would I go? My legs. Why are they not cooperating? I do not know how to leave this place. Or do I? How do I get back to the cavern with the boy? Why are these loud thoughts seeping into my mind from people in the rooms? I suddenly connect with the doorway woman, Nuala's thoughts. Oh, she is waking up in the first room, and I check with my mind to see if she is okay. Nuala has to ignore the pain, make herself get up, and wash and mend the clothes, and quickly. If she does not have them ready in time, she is sure they will kill her and replace her. No. Why? She herself was a replacement of a woman who resembled her. she has also witnessed this happening to other people. She has already seen some being trained, other women who look just like her, although she was told that those women were being trained for other purposes. At this moment, I know that this doorway woman, Nuala, and the woman that she replaced, and the woman from the long black car, Fenella, and the surface woman, Lola, and the next 3 replacement women that I saw in her mind are all from the same batch. And that is why they all look so similar. What is a batch? I tried to find out more, but Nuala does not seem to remember very much. She remembers the last few weeks being trained to take over from Lola, if required, and how to quickly wash and mend clothes, and sew similar replacements should the need arise. Take over from Lola? Why? This doorway woman also thinks that she is responsible for me. Is that the extent of her knowledge? She does not seem to know anything else. Where are her memories? How can she not know anything else? Are they all identical twins or triplets or whatever they call that many? Oh, my head hurts as I count them. That makes at least 7 women. Septuplets. Are there even more? The 3 women that I have met all seem to be in a similar odd state. I remember what I thought when I stood in line with Fenella from episode 1. It is as though the real them is submerged or held captive in their minds, and something else has taken over. It might also be them, but a different section or part or piece. It almost seems like their minds have been segmented or engineered, only allowing what has been arranged, organised and selected by someone else to be at the forefront, to be in control and affect their body. Continues. As I begin to check the minds of the men in the line of enormous helmets, I see that they all seem to be in a similar mental state to Fenella and Nuala. Oh, I can do this easily from a distance. Could I connect to the boy from here? I try to find him with my mind, but it seems impossible. Suddenly a connection is made. Oh, but it is not as high-pitched as the boy sounded. It is that deep voice from the cavern when I was standing in line. Oh no. He quickly says,
"Wait, you need help. I can help you."
I am very wary of adults. I think there are none that can be trusted. None that I remember anyway. They all seem to understand in their minds what the word help actually means. But then their behaviour, well, they behave as though it means the same thing as hurt. To me, helping and hurting are very different things. Maybe I'm the one who has it wrong. An adult offering to help. I do not need another person who will hurt me. I have enough already. I try to push this voice out of my mind, and the connection is gone, although it seems to be still lingering nearby, ready to possibly reconnect. Or maybe he is just watching me. As the Mangler and I enter a room, I am relieved that it is warmer than the hallway. I am standing next to a big contraption and wonder what it is. I know that I will be tested here as I have been before. Before? How do I know that? A tall man with a thick moustache enters, looks at me and asks the Mangler questions.
What happened to her? Is she a candy girl? Are they testing the candy kids now? They are not going to be happy. They like their candy kids in pristine condition.
What is a candy girl? I know what a girl is, but what is this candy thing? I see what this moustache man is thinking. Oh, about me. And before I can stop it, my whole body shudders. I realize that similar things to what he is thinking have happened to me many times before. He thinks he can hurt me because I already have injuries, so anything he does will not be so noticeable. And even if it is noticeable, no one would care. Before I can stop myself, I collapse on the floor groaning as I remember the overwhelming pain and shame. As another long groan escapes my lips, I hear a moustache man say,
See? She is behaving just like a candy girl when they have to be reprogrammed.
"What is reprogrammed?" I am not going to look at his thoughts to find out. This is very odd. I do not usually shudder. Well, not that I remember. Why did I collapse on the floor? Why did I groan? I am usually very good at not showing any emotion or reaction at all. What happened? Is my body doing this by itself? Can that even happen? While checking the reports again, the Mangler answers him.
She is an experiment and an abnormal. According to the reports, this happens almost every time.
Then, thoughtfully,
It does not take months or years like the rest of them.
the rest of who? Are there others like me? What does all this mean? I am not going to look at either of their thoughts to find out. The Mangler grabs my arm and roughly shoves me down on a chair. He puts his face so close to mine that our noses are almost touching and says,
Down the rabbit hole.
I know that the Mangler expects me to respond like Fenella did when he did something to her earlier. His thoughts are so loud, and I cannot help but know. I remember what Fenella did. She half closed her eyes, slumped and rocked from side to side a bit. I can do that. I do it just like she did. Exactly what he expects. But he tells Moustache Man that
I think she is pretending.
pretending. I am not pretending. I am actually doing it. I do not understand how this could be pretending. I am not pretending anything. My eyes really are half closed. I am slumping down and rocking from side to side a bit, just like Fenella did. He wants the same response as Fenella, and he got it. Did I do it wrong? I do not think so. Is that why he thinks of me as rubbish? I will try to do it better next time. Why are his thoughts so loud? And why does he still think that I am pretending? Oh, he can tell from my eyes that I am not dazed. Or he thinks he can. Was I supposed to be dazed? How do I make myself dazed? He is not entirely sure, though, because my eyes are so unusual. What does all this mean? I have seen in the scientists' minds. There is nothing wrong with my eyes. There is nothing wrong with any part of me. Did he find something that they did not? His thoughts are so odd and absolutely horrendous, going from one appalling thing to another. Ew. Why do I have to hear his thoughts? They are so loud. How do I stop them? It is like having someone yell in my face, but instead of my ears hearing, my mind hears. It is awful. He has changed his mind. He is not really interested in me for the moment. He prefers those that he is sure he can control. However, he is determined that he will control me eventually, if I can do what has been reported to him. The Mangler is not usually here at this facility. He prefers his own facility, where he is well known. There he is treated like he has the ultimate authority over everyone and everything. He is here because he wants to see me for himself and watch me tested in person to see if the results have been fabricated. He thinks that I am probably insignificant and not worth his time. He thinks of me as rubbish. He is sure I will not be able to do what he has read in the reports that he received. I remember that Lola also says that I am rubbish. Slippy Man too. How am I rubbish? If I really am nothing but rubbish, should he throw me in the bin? If that is the truth, why is he interested in rubbish? Why does he want to test rubbish, and why are there reports written about rubbish? I decide that I am going to do everything that was written in the reports. In fact, I am going to do even more. Maybe then he will not think of me as rubbish. Moustache Man is now standing directly in front of me. He bends over to look into my eyes. I realise that knowing what he intends to do, before he does it, is an advantage. Yuck. He scowls at me, and suddenly, he licks me from my chin upwards across my mouth, up my cheek, and in my right eye. Yuck. With all my strength, I make myself sit still, so I do not even blink as he does this. He turns to the Mangler and says,
She is not pretending.
What does sitting still and not moving have to do with pretending or not pretending? Maybe this word has two meanings like some words do. But what is the other meaning? Why have I not seen it in anyone's mind? Moustache Man quickly tells the Mangler,
I have been having difficulties with the equipment. I have booked someone to come in and check it, but they're not coming until tomorrow. This will likely take much longer than anticipated, with the equipment not working well.
That was all lies. he actually wants more time with me to hurt me. Oh, these thoughts are just so loud. Moustache Man slowly looks me up and down, and knowing what he is thinking right now is far worse than just being licked in the eye. Even though I am sobbing inside, knowing what is to come, on the outside, I do not move. I quickly take control of myself each time I feel my body about to shudder. I hold my body rigid and do not allow it to shake. The Mangler sniggers. He has guessed that Moustache Man wants more time with me and is hoping that I will be hurt. Seriously hurt. Why? To the Mangler I am rubbish, a huge inconvenience, and letting Moustache Man hurt me seems to not only be a part of his retaliation, but he also finds it amusing and satisfying, and pleasurable. Or at least he has convinced himself that he does. Retaliation for what? I did not harm him. If I am hurt enough, he thinks it will be an excuse for him to hurt Moustache Man, and he really wants to hurt Moustache Man. Why are these adults like this? Why do they behave this way? Is this the way people are supposed to behave? Am I really rubbish? I am not rubbish in the scientists' minds. They find me fascinating and intriguing. I know what the big words mean that they use in their minds, but I do not say them anymore because adults around me usually do not understand. They assume that I do not know what I am talking about because I am young. After arranging a time to return for me, the Mangler leaves. Moustache Man orders,
Follow me.
Why can't I stop myself? We walk down the hall past many laboratories to a group of empty rooms. This small room has flat walls painted white and a wooden floor. It looks more like a surface room. It has a desk with a chair and 4 other chairs against the side wall. It seems vaguely familiar. Have I been here before? Moustache Man leans over and grabs both my shoulders. Oh, he squeezes so tight that it hurts and asks me,
What is your name?
I say my name, and he screams so loud, right in my face.
No!
He bends over more to look me directly in the eyes and says,
Down the rabbit hole. Good night. I want Candy Girl. Candy Girl, come forth. What is your name?
I understand that he wants me to say that my name is Candy Girl, but that is not my name, so I cannot say that. He screams directly in my face.
What is your name?
Again, I quietly say my name. He screams in my face the word no.
No! 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 No!
He is so loud. I do not understand. Does he really think that screaming in my face will somehow make my name change? He pulls me through the door and into the next room. He grabs one of the vase-looking things with a lid, smashes it on the floor at my feet, and says that if he does not get Candy Girl, that is what he will do to me. Doesn't he know that I am not made of the same thing as the vase? He cannot throw me on the floor and have me break like that. It just cannot happen. It is impossible. Isn't it? He growls at me again.
Down the rabbit hole. Good night.
He waits for a moment, then says,
Candy Girl, come forth. What is your name?
does he think that repeating these words will change my name? I hear my voice reply, Candy Girl. No. Stay safe until next time.